Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new LEGO Harry Potter Polybag for 2022. That's set number 30435, the Build Your Own Hogwarts Castle. With 67 pieces, this set will eventually be retailing for $4.99 USD or $5. However, I was able to get it for free. Now this set has apparently like 8 different builds. You can find instructions for them. It advertises 3 different ones on the bag here. So I'll be doing my best to build as many of those as possible and show them to you. I know some people are getting multiple and connecting them. I don't think this polybag's too great, so I'm definitely not going to be doing that. There is one minifigure included, though. Let's open this up, build it up, and take a look at everything inside. The exclusive minifigure in the set is Albus Dumbledore, and the only reason he's exclusive is because he doesn't have the printed dress piece that this version from the Chamber of Secrets does. I mean, like, come on. This is a perfect minifigure, and then you downgrade him to put him in a polybag? Come on now, that's awful. The character also comes with a chocolate frog card. In assistance, I got Rowena Ravenclaw. Although they're completely random, you can get anything in this polybag. His accessories are an actual chocolate frog, along with his wand, which is pretty great, all things considered. The character has a nice beard piece on the front there, and then a pretty decent hair piece, although both of those do a decent job at obscuring all of the printing underneath. We have some wonderful torso printing. I mean, some truly intricate gold lines and detailing. The facial print's pretty good. He's got a nice smile with some moon spectacles, and then a closed mouth smile on the other side. You can see his hat. Minifigure was so close to greatness, but I'm really not a fan. I think that they definitely should have included an exclusive variant, or just like one with different printing, or the actual good minifigure regardless. This polybag definitely isn't anything too special. We do have that one Albus Dumbledore minifigure included, who is technically exclusive. You also get one chocolate frog card. In this case, I got Rowena Ravenclaw. And then you do have a sizable amount of extra pieces from when building the castle, because of course the main gimmick is that you're supposed to be able to rebuild this 8 different times. Now we're actually going to look at the instruction manual first before looking at the build of the set. On this side, it just shows you how to build the entire set. And then on the flip side of the manual, showcases Dumbledore along with 8 different versions of the castle. Now, importantly, it does not give you instructions on how to build any of these except for the original, this one. So I'm going to have to guess based on these pictures for how to build every single one. And I will show you every single one because it's part of the set. However, the fact that I couldn't even find instructions for them online is quite ridiculous in my opinion. This specific castle design is pretty great, encompassing the, I believe, astronomy tower, or maybe that's Dumbledore's tower, along with the Great Hall and a small little tree build there. There's no interior, and there's some decent window space here. If you wanted to get multiple sets, you could connect several castles together using these Technic pins on the sides, or Technic holes rather. There are no pins included. You supply those yourself. The tower is pretty great. It's really good to get some more of these cone pieces in case you lose some from your other Hogwarts castle sets. This is a pretty cheap alternative to like replace all of the sand green pieces you might lose. It's a very basic castle design. I like what they try to do here with the texturing, but it doesn't quite work because they didn't use the texturing all around parts. I really wish they would at some point, but yeah, that's the first castle design. As far as I can tell, this is castle number 2. I didn't have the best picture to work with. It goes up very tall and actually apparently uses Dumbledore's wand as part of the steeple tower, which is interesting. Now, I had no idea what to do for the back, so I literally just filled it in as best as I could. It's mostly hollow, and you do use a couple of extra pieces here, just 3, although I'm assuming these are not actually extra pieces. These are just extra pieces, you know? But the castle looks decent. It's a very tall one, definitely uses more parts, and I probably could have gotten all 3 of these, like, integrated into the castle if I felt like it, including the extra ones, so I probably could have subbed out the wand for this steeple piece as well. You could probably fill in the rest of these in the back here to add extra stability. It's not the most stable in the back. Looks pretty great. Some good trees and rock faces. Definitely better, I think, than the first one, although not my favorite by far. Castle number 3 got to be the tallest one yet. I mean, like, this thing looks like Rapunzel's tower. It's insane. We got a pretty decent steeple going all the way up with some nice texturing using those, like, stud nut on top techniques, along with the first use of the glass window piece, which is pretty cool. This is actually the one I'm the most confident about so far because the only piece I couldn't really see was the back here, and this just made sense based on what I had left over, especially since you need some way to connect this to the other castles, and having one of the Technic receivers on the bottom there just makes the most sense. It's a pretty decent one, very tall, very spindly. Like a strong wind will just knock this one right over and break it, but hey, this is castle number 3. Forget which one I said was the hardest before this one. This one, definitely the hardest. Literally could only see it from this angle. So this entire half here, complete guesswork. And I know it's probably not the best. Now that I'm looking at this, I figured this might actually go to support the pillar a lot better. And that looks like it works a little bit more. That being said, there's still a ton of extra pieces for this particular castle section. So it's pretty great. No idea what it's trying to represent. This hole is supposed to be there. Maybe it's the bridge. I don't really know. It's interesting. It looks pretty good. I don't know though. This is definitely the most abstract looking one, and I can't quite tell what I'm looking at. It's definitely a castle. It's just not a very good one. This one's a pretty solid introduction to the line. There's a lot of extra pieces used here. Wasn't quite sure how to do the interior, so I left it mostly empty. Oh, this one looks like a very good castle. Noticeably, there's another ice cream cone piece, but the clip's empty. They did not want you to put anything there. Only one tree is used, so is the glass piece. There's some hooks to connect this to any other castle section down there. I do like the triple tower we got going on here. There's nothing up top, though, notably. This, again, probably not accurate. I just kind of filled that in best as I could, although... I really wish they give us a back view of some of these sets, but this one's, was this castle number 6? Not bad at all. Definitely not the best, though. I think that's going to be the next one. I'm going to be honest, I know this one's not right. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how the back here is supposed to go. I have so many extra pieces, and none of them helped. It just kind of fell apart back here for me. I have no idea how you're supposed to save that many pieces easily. It would not work, and I can't let me figure out how to build this one. If any of you know exactly what I did wrong, please let me know. It looks great, though. This is the scene portrayed by the giant UCS-style Hogwarts castle. We got the bridge, the Great Hall, the library sections. That's a really cool, iconic scene. I just wish I could have made it work better than this. Like, it does not. Ugh, this one was going to be my favorite. Probably still is. I just wish I could have actually built it correctly, you know, instead of whatever this is. But hey, just 2 more to go. Here's castle number 7. It's a pretty decent one. You get a sizable selection of extra pieces as well. This one makes use of the glass piece as well. I like the archway here. It's pretty nice with the stone underneath. The manual picture does not do a good job differentiating these colors at all. The interior here, again, very sloppy. Wasn't sure what to do, so I kind of hodgepodged it together. I think it mostly works. There's a couple of bits of extra space. I probably could have filled in a couple other pieces a bit more neatly if I wanted to and made use of some of these extra plates and tiles. Don't really want to, though, because you only really look at this from this exterior. Unfortunately, this one does not have great access to studs to like connect it to everything else. There's some on the back here, but they don't work the best. So if you want to integrate this one with your other castles, either I built it wrong or you're going to have to do something slightly different to get it to connect. That being said, this is a nice one. One of the better looking castle models, if I do say so myself. But now on to the last final one. The final castle. It's here. Extra pieces for the last time. And wow, this one's actually pretty decent. This one built, I think the build is honestly one of the best. It's the one I felt the most confident about just piecing together. And there's some extra spots here where you could slot in some extra pieces, make another like cone tower if you really wanted to. There's a lot going on in the back here. And I like the way the windows work, like the interior hallway there. Looks pretty good. You don't use the glass piece. And I don't think you use this extra slant 2x3, but I could be wrong. I do like the exterior design. I think the tower, like the way the roof kind of goes up and up in different like cone shapes. I really like this one. This is probably my favorite so far. Altogether, all 8 of these builds are incredibly impressive. I think this set would have been so much better if I had instructions for it. It was incredibly frustrating trying to create these just by looking at the pictures. However, I get some people might find that interesting or a lot of fun. So if that's your cup of tea, definitely look at getting the set. Overall, this polybag gets a solid, like, 3 out of 10 for me. Ultimately, I think it's useless, especially compared to all the other Harry Potter polybags in the past. All of the ones from the rebooted theme have been minifigure scale, have had cool student minifigures, have had, like, fun, like, expansions for, like, study desks or carts or tables. Like, they've all been really cool. And this one is just kind of like a messy castle build with a pretty lame Dumbledore figure that we don't need. It's a good place to get a chocolate frog card, yes, but, like, ultimately, this isn't going to fit into any of my Harry Potter displays, and I don't see the use of it. If it wasn't free, I probably would not have ended up purchasing it in the first place. Make sure to leave your thoughts about this polybag in the comment section down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you like me where you're kind of indifferent about it but think it's kind of useless? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic and safe rest of your day. I'll catch you all in the very next video.